Hello and welcome to Bars and Bells. My name is Ian.
I'm Lauren.
Thank you for joining us. This is the barre class, more specifically time to plie and press. A kettlebell, a dumbbell, or an imaginary bell. Grab a little bit of a load. Lauren will take us through a warm-up for the whole body, and we'll get right into carries and presses today. Questions, leave them in the comments section. Questions, comments, queries, or just get at it.
Let's grab a balance aid at our side and put our feet gently in the parallel position. Pulling the leg back to send the knee forward. Nothing changed in the hips there. Let's push some weight down through that light bend in the foot. Then we'll push up and switch sides. Let's do that 4 more times. Gently press up and control the down. Press up and control the down. On these landing on those last 2, are your knees super straight? Try to extend them from the back of the knee. Now stay here for 1. We're going to point, gently flex or roll over the toes, then roll back over the toes, push the heel down to rise, and same thing on the other side. Use your toe point. Gently flex around over the toes, back over the toes, heel down. Now for 3, we're going to fire up those external rotators in our hips and rotate by pivoting on our heels, rotate the feet/legs open to show those inseams forward. Let's rotate them back in. 2 more times. From the high butt cheeks, rotate open and back to center. And last one, rotate open. We'll repeat that same foot warm up from here. Knee to the side, that demi-point position, then press up and switch. As you're landing again, you're landing on that nice straight leg. Your knee is trying to stay to the side, meaning you're feeling those high turnout muscles or those external rotators stay here. Use the point of the toes. Gently flex around over. Before you go anywhere, are you still tall on your inside leg or have you slumped out? Stand tall. Pointy point, demi point, press up to switch, other side, knee to the side. Use your toes to point. Flex round over toes, back to the demi point, push up to both. Find a light balance, keep those heels pushing forward, keep the inseam of your pants pushing forward, then keep your knees straight as you come down. With the power in your hips, turn the legs back to center. We'll warm up our plank and then grab those bells. Let's start with our forward fold. Arms in T-Rex position, blades lightly together. Chin tucks. It starts with the head neck, but then it goes into that upper back. Try to curl your rib cage without your blades going forward. We're going up and over that belly button as we forward fold. Slowly down all the way. And then you can let those arms go and dangle. Maybe you bend one knee and straighten the other just for a couple.
I'm a little ahead of you, I'm sorry.
And then we'll walk ourselves out, following the instructor's directions to the floor into our high plank position. We're pressing here today, so let's get in our press position with the floor. Feet rooted, hands gripped, shoulders out of your ears, butt cheeks squeezed. You're pushing into the floor here, bracing your abs and pulling the floor together underneath you. This is your strong foundation to press out of for 5, 4, 3, 2. Start at the pelvis, the tailbone tips towards the ceiling. Then the hips lift. Walk your hands back to your feet. Tuck your chin and stack yourself up, vertebrae by vertebrae, blades together. Pull the belly button in, stickity stack, all the way up to tall. Let's grab that bell.
Grab a bell.
And we'll get a grip.
Excellent.
Okay, we'll hold in our low carry, rack, and then let's get pressing. Over top of your bell, we're going to do our deadlift to hinge. So right over top, we'll use our hips. Both will hinge back, grip bell, pack, shoulders square up without. And then bring the bell to the side of your body. Right now, we're in that suitcase hold position. Our feet are rooted in the floor. If we were lazy, we'd get pulled over, but we're not lazy, so we're staying up tall for 5, 4, 3, 2, bell comes to the front. Use your hinge, place down, stand up without. Same thing, second side. Hip hinge, grip bell, pack shoulder, lift. Bring the bell to the side, hold. Check out your weight. Are you shifted over towards that bell? Try to pull yourself back. Are you lean? Try to pull yourself up. Blade is elevated and retracted. Hold. 3, 2, step, hip hinge, place down. Up without.
Let's take one quick break.
Let's take one quick break.
Quick, place those hands in that low preparation position and feet in that first position as instructed by Lauren with those turnouts. Shrug your shoulders with just once, and then for those kettlebell presses and the port bras, keep them low. Then raise those hands to that first position as if there's puffy clouds under your elbows. I read that, I didn't make that up, but I'm gonna try to think about that here today. And just take them out to that side or second position, same thing. Shrug the shoulders, but just here, because kettlebell presses and port bras want to keep those shoulder blades low. Then take those arms towards overhead, that third or fifth position, not sure, think they're the same. And then shrug again, but last time, pull the shoulder blades low. Then look at the hands as you reach out, reach through the fingers, pull them back down low, and add a shake. A little bit of a gentle shoulder check in there. We'll do one more before we press. Back to Lauren for a carry.
Excellent. We'll now hold that in our rack position. Our rack position is a position we press out of. So we'll take our bell, we'll grip it with one hand. That's what side it's going to. The second hand will cuddle, zip into the rack. Very quickly, our feet are rooted, our abs are braced, we're breathing underneath that shield, and we have a vertical forearm. The bell is resting more on our forearm than it is on our bicep, and we're keeping that position, thinking we could press out of that. Belly button down, going down, the rest lifted, thinking about pressing towards the ceiling for 3, 2, use your hinge, place the bell down, stand up without. Shake it out, same thing second side. Use your hinge, grip 1, 2, zip, punch through. Check in with that vertical forearm. Stay up tall. Can I press out of this strong position for 4, 3, 2, use your hinge to place the bell down. Stand up without. Whew.
And with a little less artistic flair, but attention to those details, namely the core and those shoulder blades, let's revisit a quick version of an overhead press. Feet hip width. Find your favorite stance. And with both arms here, let's just go to that racks position with that imaginary kettlebell. Keep the shoulder blades low and low effort as if there's helium in the hands this time. Take the arms towards overhead. Our pressing standard includes straight arms in line with those elbows. It's rather ears, making sure you feel safe with this move. Then fire these armpits on both sides and groove this imaginary press or pulling pattern. It works well if your chin up too. Back to the rack. Repeat one more time, low effort up, and as the arms are going up, make sure those armpits or lats are down, and with straight elbows at the top, repack that shoulder or pull, and grind back down into that racks position, low effort, extend the elbows. Practice with the body weight, groove those patterns, and hopefully that feels okay, and if so, join us for a kettlebell press in just a second. Until then, let's go to the bar and work on a little turn in and out of the hips, similar to a tendu exercise. So we prepare the arm as you can and just reach it out to the side. Remember that puffy cloud under the elbow. With that outside leg, the right leg for me, point, tendu to the front. Dorsiflex like a karate foot, turn in on the hip, turn out on the hip, repeating twice more and in, and then an out, and finish with a point, tendu. Open to the side, keep those hips forward, and same effort. Karate foot style, and then turn in on the hip.
The leg is turning in.
Turning out, that's right, that femur bone on the hip. We'll do a turn in, we'll finish one more turn out, and then point, and then that rond circling movement to the back, bring it all the way through to first, then in one gentle articulation, reach that leg to the back, keep the hips forward, and like a key in a lock, open from the front, the back to the side, and then from the side to the front. Pull through, finish tall, arm down, switch sides. So either switch around that chair, balance apparatus that you're using, or switch sides of the room with your training partner, like I am with Lauren. So we prepare the arm, and it's out there at second. A tendu out to the front, and then just variation, karate style, that foot. Turn in on the hip. Turn out, inseams up. Turn in, inseams down. Finish, inseams up, and tendu point. To the side. Karate foot down low, same thing. And then we're already turned out, so let's turn in first, then a turn out. We'll do one more of each, a turn in, a turn out, and then a point, and then inseams forward to the back, finish in that first position, and then reach a straight leg to the back, like a key in a lock from the back to the side to the front, and finish nice and tall. I'll be continuing some bar directions in a second, but then it's Lauren's time to shine with the kettlebell press here.
We have 5 sets of kettlebell presses today. We'll start with the number 3, and then we'll hopefully do 4 more sets of 5. So if that number isn't for you, pick a number that's different. But right now, we're standing over top of our bell. We'll use our hinge, grip, pull to rack, root your feet, and press through that bell 3 times. Thinking about squeezing the cheeks, bracing the abs, and using that off arm as we press. Park it down with control. Sorry about that. Shake it out, and we'll do the same thing on the other side. Feet rooted. Put them in the place that you want them right now. Then use your hinge, grip, and 1. Inhale down. 2. Inhale down. 3. Park that bell, always with control, and place it down.
Excellent. Presses for that upper body, full body strength, and pliés and those leg movements for some mobility and also some strength down low. So presses and pliés is the class name, so let's just get right into those bar exercises with our plié. Take an arm and actually just bring it overhead to that 5th position. Plié, stretch. Repeat 2 more, plié, and stretch. Last one. And on this stretch, have the arm out to the side second. Repeat, plié. Press those hips through. Plié.
Think about keeping your knees to the side.
Awesome.
Your tailbone straight down.
Yeah, great. And then last time, just with that arm out front. And again, just a plié and a stretch. Energize through those fingers, just a soft elbow here. We'll do 1 more.
Fully straight
on
your
this
knees.
stretch. Bring it to that 1st position, and then just find your first low balance in that coup de pied. Stay tall. As Lauren said there, that knee is reaching to the back and side. The standing leg hip is cramped and squeezing. And then just finish with an additional plie there, and nice and tall. And shake. Repeating on the other side. So just exploring those arm positions here today. So prepare the arm and just bring it right up overhead. Keep that armpit low, just like in your press. The plie, full stretch. Plie. Repeating 2 more here. 1 more time, and to tall. Arm second. Repeat. Stretch to the tall here. Pull yourself down and then press that floor away through the feet. Repeating again, and stretch. This time, arm out front, and same effort here.
Make sure
Full
to keep
stretch.
those heels heavy too.
Heels heavy.
We're trying to press those knees
What
over the
about
toes.
like between a pane of glass, Lauren, or even 2
Yes.
panes of glass? So I think that's that last one again. And then just pull up and hold that single leg balance or that coup de pied position. 1 or 2 hands on the bar. And then 1 additional plie there, finishing nice and tall. Add our shake. We'll come back to some of those pliés and arm positions, but first our press.
So 5 presses here, into the rack position and out 5 times. Let's breathe together. Hip hinge. Inhale to pull. 1. Inhale down. 2. Inhale down. 3. 4. 5. And then park that bell. Take a second off. Oh, it might seem funny to make those sounds when you're breathing, but it's very important for your tension. You'll press more if you get that breathing properly. Let's also think about using those legs and the core as we get that bell overhead. Here we go. We hip hinge. We inhale to pull to rack. 1. We have abs and butts as we press. We have that off arm tension. We have the hip driving slightly underneath that bell, but not a side bend. And then finishing with that park.
Whew, is right. So again, adding those wiggles and those sounds help us practice safe strength. So let's go back to the bar, keep those cues in mind because they'll be helpful for sure. So we'll take the feet, we're in first. Take the arm and reach it back towards overhead. This time, as you do your single leg plie, do a tendu out front, stretch, arm arrive side. Then reach out to the side. As we stretch, arm arrives front, and then to the back, arm arrives back to the side. Check. Let's do it again. So go arm
Side
overhead.
again or no?
Oh, that's right. That's why the arm was out there. And en croix, stretch arm overhead.
It's like single leg
And then
squats.
it makes more sense. So let's do it again. To the front, stretch arm side. To the side, stretch arm front. Reach to the rear with that straight leg, return arm side, and en croix, finishing to the side again. Then pull up to that ankle. Again, a flat foot balance here in that coup de pied, or Lauren warmed up those demi points in the warm up. So with a hand or assistance of the bar, hold the balance, reach arm to the side, and again, just finish with a nice strong plie, arms low, and the shake and wiggle to help. So same thing other side.
One of the things I really think about when I'm doing this drill is keeping the hips level and keeping the legs turned out. So
Yeah.
always try to keeping the hips level, but keep the turnout in that, moving both legs actually.
Bowl of punch. So arm overhead. It's a single leg squat, as Lauren said, pretty much. Plie, arrive arm side and first. Then out to the side and stretch, arm front, reach to the rear, return arm side, and again to the side, arm overhead. One last time, single leg front, arm side, leg to the side, arm front, straight leg to the back. That's always a tricky one for me. And then to the side, full stretch, come into that ankle coup de pied, toes point, knees side, hips level, and then just like Lauren, perhaps find that demi-point rise, and then finish with control in a plie, and then own it. Nice and proud, nice and tall, and then rest and reset with the wiggle.
So after those single leg squats in all directions, let's get our press going here. Round 3, another set of 5. This time I'm going to think about using my low body as I press. So every time, boom, use the tension in your thighs, quads, to press that bell overhead. But I'm not saying though,
No bounce.
no bounce, just whoop, okay? Technical term. Hip hinge, grip bell, pull to rack, inhale, whoop. 1, light relax on the down, whoop. 2, 3, 4, 5. Good. And park. Excellent.
Excellent is right. Always feels good to press loads overhead, unless it doesn't. And if your body is saying, hey, what are you doing? Perhaps groove it with those overhead movements, or just take this moment to practice your own port de bras.
So remembering a press is not just an upper body movement, but you have a whole body to help you. Let's use it here. Hip hinge, grip, inhale, pull. 1, 2, 3, 5, and park. Let's talk about our hand positioning next set.
Okay, always something to refine, always something to celebrate in those movements as well. Let's return to first position. This time, we'll do that same single leg squat plie out front, and then do a weight transfer, front, side, and back. Let's just keep that arm at the side second this time throughout. Single leg plie, outside leg to the front. Land toe, ball, heel, press through, and just a little arabesque out the back, maybe integrating that arm to the front. Then toe, ball, heel, push to the front, and return to first. Same thing to the side second. So single leg squat plie to the side, press away, a weight transfer, just a straight leg balance here today, and then back and close first. To the back, single leg, accept toe, ball, heel, push forward to lift that leg, pull in that hip socket, but also reach out front, tap, reach to the back and close, and en croix, same thing, to the side. Press away from the bar, hold a quick balance, and then back to the bar with a light touch and pull through the first position, through the ankle coup de pied, and then to that passe position at the knee. Toes down, knees side. Maintain that turnout, keep the rib cage stacked over the hips, and then finish with a plie again. nice and tall, full stretch. Reinforce those basic moves on every rep when you can. Repeating on the other side. So prepare the arm, it's out to the side second here. Put that cloud underneath my elbow. Then a plie squat to the front, and a weight transfer, straight leg, perhaps integrate the arabesque arm, and then toe point, return to first. Out to the side second, then press away from the bar.
Inseam still forward.
Check, check, thinking about it, and closing. And then to the back, pull in, but also energize through those toes, and then land and close first. And then to the side, one last time. Press away from the bar, and then press to the bar, and close first, and then through first, back up to passe. Stay on that flat foot, and as I just did there, maintain that turnout in the standing leg, squeeze the bums, challenge with or without that balance aid, and then again, we'll just finish in a nice plie, arms low, and stretch, and shake.
All right, we said we'd talk about the hand this time. On the press on the way up, I want you to think about driving through that pinky side of your hand, which will get that tricep. On the way down, think about pulling more through that thumb on the down. I mean, you're not going to be able to see it, but I just want you to think about it. As well, think about your low body, your upper body, and your middle body.
Oh, so much to think about.
And breathing, so don't stop thinking. Could be a song. Hip hinge, grip bell, pull to rack, up, pinky side, a little bit of thumb down. Up, pinky side. 3, 4, and whole body. 5. And park that. Did anything change for you? Is it naturally what you do anyway?
Had to think about it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. What that thumb down will do a little bit on the pull down is it'll prevent that rotation of the bell. And then on the up, same thing. If we pull that pinky side down, again, it's not like this, but pull through that pinky, we'll avoid that tumble in. And that's where people often get stuck when they're pressing a newer, heavier bell. Here we go. Hip hinge. Inhale, pull. Pinky up. Thumb down. Pinky up. Thumb down. 3, 4, 5, and then park. Whew. Excellent.
And park. Excellent is right with those extra shakes. Let's return to that first position, but we might be exploring that fifth position as well. But first, our fondue exercise. So arm out to the side and just keep it there again the whole time through the first round at least. We'll bend both knees to the ankle coup de pied and then stretch together. They bend together and stretch together. Now find that rear ankle coup de pied and full body stretch as well. And then to the side one more time. Now integrate the arm. It goes overhead first and stretch. Arrive arm side and full stretch knees. Now arm front arabesque, full stretch to the back, and then one last time to the side with our full stretch. Now from there, just close up to that fifth position. Now we'll do the same thing and we'll bend the knees as we sit plie and full stretch. And then just back up to that fifth. Coup de pieds and stretch. One more time to the back, knees bend and stretch together. Now stay on that rise. Find the ankle low coup de pied. Find the knee.
So your back leg.
Passe. And then hang out. Arm in first, nice and stack. The lightest of touches on the bar, or try it without. And then return to first position. Finish with a plie and a nice tall stretch. And then shake. That's right, Lauren. It was that back leg or the outside leg. And we're doing the same thing here again. We'll do the fondue en croix from first and then explore from fifth. Low and nice and tall. Ankle coup de pied. Point those toes, full stretch. Level hips, Lauren saying. Knee side, Lauren saying, full stretch. And then back ankle coup de pied. Also full stretch of those knees. One more time to the side. And then on this one.
We did 2 rounds, by the way.
That's right. because that's right, my mistake. And then one more time to the front. And then knee side. And then side.
Make that
Back
diamond
ankle, coup de
shape.
pied. Full stretch. One more time. Knee side. Then up. And we integrated the arm. So the knees will bend together and then stretch together. Arm side, 5th position point. Knees bend and straight together. Back up to 5th. Arm front, knee bend, full stretch of those knees. Back up. Now just stay on that rise. Find the passe position from the back to the front. Stay tall. Squeeze your butt cheek. Breathe. Rib cage over those hips. Hang on for a balance. And then finish again through that first position. Nice and tall. And our wiggle. Whew. Time to press again.
I don't remember what's set, 5?
I don't know. I think this is 5.
I think so. I think this is 5. Good thing we count for a living. Okay, we're gonna call this set number 5. Any number from 1 to 5. You pick, do it well, end on a good rep. A good rep is a successful rep. Here we go. And think of everything you just learned. Inhale, pull bell to rack. Legs. Abs. Pinky. Breath. Everything. And poke. See how I did that? One thing each press.
And then everything
And
at
then
the
everything
end.
at the end.
Everything all together.
Give that a little shake. We want that tension in our presses, but then we want that relaxation in between to recover. Here we go. Second side. Inhale and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. Nice. 5 by 5 almost.
Awesome. All right. Let's go back to the bar here. We'll do one nice slow exercise for the legs and then a nice little rib roll. Which one would you like to share, Lauren?
Oh, I'll do the leg exercise.
All right. Do it.
All right. This exercise, you can either keep your hand on your hip or you can take that arm to side second. I do sometimes like my hand on my hip to tell me where I'm pointed and what is moving and what isn't moving. So hips are a bowl of punch. They're not going to tip and spill your punch. Point the outside leg to the front, inseam up tall in your standing leg, reach out of the socket. Inseam is still forward as you reach around the back. As you come underneath, heel leads forward, point to the front. Let's do that 2 more times on a nice straight leg. You can also think of that lock and key analogy. The lock is your hips, the key is your leg. The leg is moving in the keyhole does not move. As you come through center, you bend, you point, you stay on that bent leg, test the balance as you reach around the back. Let's stretch our bent leg and then lift that back leg and hold for 3, 2, tap down, we're reversing the direction. So from the back to the side, to the front. Now toes lead back to keep the turnout or that external rotation in your hip. Are you still tall on that standing leg? And you're using your bar for balance, so that it's not about balance right now, but you are on your full leg. Knees bend, plie, reach out of the socket, around the side to the front. Now let's stretch, and then can we lift that leg? But as we lift this leg, is your bottom leg straight? Is your top leg inseam up for 3? Extra bonus points, send the leg to the side. Hold. Could you test your balance? Send it back to the front. Knee pulls to the side. One last thing, with your own power, maybe a light touch, could you find a balance rise? And hold for 3, 2, heel comes down, then foot. Let's do a little plie and stretch.
That's why those wiggles come in handy. That was pretty challenging. So we use those movements there, particularly that passe, to help us work on our turns. Always trying to work on those pirouettes.
But they're great just for balance and for getting that hip flexion strength and mobility. So from that first position, we started with our arm to the side or on our hip. We took the outside leg to the front. With that inseam up, we reach out of the socket around the back. Our standing leg is very stable right now, as is our core and that upper body for us today. If you're a pro ballerina, it might look a little different through that upper body, but we haven't even mastered the low body. Now let's come in, bend the knees, point to the front. Stay on that bent leg, but try to test the balance, reach to the back. Stretch your bent leg, lift your back leg, hold, 3, 2, tap down. As you reach, try to reach out of the socket as you come around the circle. Still test that you're light on the bar here so that you're tall on your standing leg, and you could almost go up to that rise at any point in time because your hip remains extended. The last one, we'll bend the knees on the back, reach all the way to the front. Here's where it gets sweaty. Straighten, lift, hold, inseam up, heel up. Send the leg to the side. Hold, test. Can you keep the turnout? That's the hardest part. Bring it back to the front, inseam still up. Knee stays high, pull. Try to find your balance on your own, driving your foot down to go up. Holding. Then slow down to the heel. Then land that other foot. That's just bonus marks for that calf strength there.
You got it. All right, we're done those lower body moves. We worked on those kettlebell presses. Let's just finish with a nice gentle rib roll to finish, to feel nice and limber up there too. Whether the hands are those T-Rex styles, nice and tight, or gripping the collarbones, or elegantly using them in your porta bra, let's explore the rib cage. Heavy, strong, like in concrete from the rib cage down, maybe even first position or second if you wish. So with the hands in tight, start with a very gentle chin tuck like Lauren did in that flexion part of the warm-up. Then round forward, keeping the blades together. This time I'll twist or rotate to my right, enjoy a nice side bend, and move all the way back and end up facing the opposite back corner. Then enjoy a side bend there, bring the rib cage around to the front, completing a circle, and then pull down on the abs and finish nice and tall. Engage that shield and just reset. It's just one more time the other way. So the hands are in tight, encouraging the shoulder blades to stay together. Start with a chin tuck and a flexion or a rounding shape forward. Once you're out of room there, it's a twist rotation, the left side for me, a side bend to the back, then up and over, cambre might be the ballet word, and then from there, a side bend to the back corner, continuing the circular shape of the rib cage to the front, and as our last time, keep pulling down on those abs to lift up, energize through those clavicles, and reset and wiggle. That's a half hour or just about as we try to condense our workouts here into 30-minute sessions. We appreciate you being here for in part or full, live or archive, as we streamed our strength in our press and plie workout.
Check out our website for any in-person or virtual things you would like to attend, and as well as our Patreon page to help support our YouTube channel. Yes. Until next time, which is Saturday, our body weight routine, all you need is this and just a little bit of space.
Little space.
Until then, take care.
Maybe
stay
a cup
strong,
of coffee.
And we'll see you then.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.